Welcome back for another exciting video lesson. Remember, you can pause, stop, and take notes anytime you need to. Make sure you have something to write with and that you have your note template ready. And make sure that your questions are authentic and engaging to you as a learner, because this is all about making connections. In this video lesson, we'll be learning about ecology, and more specifically, what is an ecosystem. Ecology is the study of the interactions of organisms with one another and with their physical environment. The organisms that live in a particular place, such as a forest, are known as a community. Ecologists, or people who study ecology, call the physical location of a community its habitat. You can think of a habitat as a neighborhood and of a community as the residents of that neighborhood. The community and habitat combined is called an ecological system, or that's a fancy word for ecosystem. An ecosystem is just a self-sustaining collection of organisms and their physical environment. Now, don't let those fancy words scare you or intimidate you. Take a look on your screen. You can see that the plant community is a small member of the habitat, which is larger. It encompasses more. That habitat and community combined together create an overall ecosystem. I also want you to take note of the solar radiation, disturbances, and moisture little pictures on the screen. Those are called abiotic factors. Abiotic factors are factors that are not alive but that still affect an ecosystem, such as water, sunlight, wind, soil. Biotic factors are things that are alive that affect an ecosystem. Humans, deer, wolves, bacteria, things like that. Things that are alive. So again, the abiotic factors are the non-living parts of an ecosystem. The biotic factors are the living parts of an ecosystem. Ecosystems are very complex, and it is very difficult to understand how an ecosystem works because it contains hundreds or even thousands of interacting species. Nevertheless, you can gain a basic understanding of how an ecosystem works by asking two very important questions. Number one, where does the energy come from and how does it travel? Number two, how do organisms and ecosystems acquire this energy or other minerals and substances that they need in order to survive? So, to recap, I want you to look at this picture. It is a picture of some fish, some coral reef, and some water with some sunlight. Now, the fish would be considered the community. The coral reef they live in would be the habitat, and the ecosystem would be the ocean. An abiotic factor would be the amount of sunlight that reaches the coral reef, or the chemicals in the water. Biotic factors would be the amount of fish in that system, or the decay, say, of the coral reef. If you need to go back and rewatch this to make sure that you've gotten all the information, that's absolutely fine. You need to do whatever you need to do in order to take advantage of this online resource. Now, I also want you to take a look at your questions. Have your questions changed since you started watching the video? Meaning, you should be adding questions as this video progresses. Have you? If you have not, you might want to watch it again and add some new questions and get some new answers. If your questions that you had before you started the video are not answered, try looking them up and bringing them back to class. Until next time, bye.